know you've probably been through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah, man.
The hardest part about it was that it was there. It was there, and it could have been great. It could have been amazing, and they self-sabotaged it, thinking that they were too big for. Well, Blue thinking he was too big.
We're gonna get into that.
The industry,
We're
yeah,
gonna get into that.
I mean?
You can say the name, whatever you want to do.
He dropping names.
Nah. I mean, we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to. But one thing that because this helps us as a podcast to understand. You know what I mean? Absolutely. This is something, and we would love for you to be able. If you're comfortable with that, hell, I know if I'm trying to tell a motherfucking story, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say it with confidence. Not that I'm trying to start anything, but I'm gonna tell my story, bruh. And a lot of times, I do believe that's what needs to happen. It needs to be like, you know what I mean? You saying somebody's name. Jim Jones and Cam going at it right now, and they
I've been watching that.
Yeah, it's straight like shit coming out. You like what?
Jones was hurt, man. Like personally, you could tell. I don't know about y'all. I saw that. Like I was like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, he got one of the hottest albums out right now. I'm gonna
Jim
tell
Jones?
you, oh my god! I mean, as far as New York,
he went hard.
As far as he the music, the beats, people on it. I mean. And I don't feel bad for Jones because Jones is a worker. He's one of the only old heads. We old, bruh. You know what I mean? Older. I'm not saying we're old, but in that profession, when you get to be like over 35, you can stand. If you ain't an R&B single, you got that's your blessing. You got for life. You know what I mean? To do what you got to do, but you know what I'm saying. Sometimes when you 45 trying to rap and shit,
bro, I just turned 38, and it's wild.
Yeah,
it's tough, man.
My point.
Get your
make a beat to that.
I could do that. I could flip.
You talking about
bro, I could flip anything.
Flip pony, man.
He can do some shit.
Trying to do some Magic Mike.
The only thing about sampling, dude, is it's like getting the clearances is
that's tough.
Man, I don't even get clearance anymore.
Nah. You know what? They wait until they will, but they wait to see how the song does. But it might be 5 years down the road and it blew up and then $100 million now.
What it must? I like what Mustard said. You don't have to clear as much on the sample.
Yeah,
you just made a. What did he say? You made a
rendition.
Yeah, I remember he said that. I thought because some of his tracks, I was like, I've heard this back.
Do that shit, bro. That's a good idea. That'd be definitely a good record.
I've been telling him that. One just did the one for Teddy Swim.
You know what he did?
Ammo.
He flipped the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air beat for my son. He's from Bridget B more than
we
never used it, but he flipped that out.
Nicki Minaj, but my other cousin's out there in L.A. and he's done like Pretty Hurts for Beyonce.
Come to find out,
like that. So
it was awesome, but
fate happened.
You know, we were Tiger Young. He said it looked up to you.
It wasn't meant to be.
Out there.
All right, guys. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I was about to say, hang tight. We gotta introduce the podcast, my bro.
Yeah.
Easy. Let the captain steer the ship.
We do it a little certain. We do it a little certain way.
I'll let you do it.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, I need to move. Yeah, I'll move it out the way.
You good?
All right, you guys ready to get in this thing?
We ready, man.
Here we go.
We definitely ready. Yes, indeed. Roaches.
Welcome everybody, it's your boy Dirty Phil coming to you live right here in the exquisite destination that is the Museum, the places of places with all the new and familiar faces. And to the right of me is my guy every time, Big Skies, Mike Skies, the Burnt Man. Let's go.
We back, baby.
And we back. And probably bigger than ever.
Yes.
Pause.
Yeah.
Because we got an epic show right now. Unbeknownst just how magic and fate and God's work happens.
Yes.
We got not one, not two, 3 special guests in the building. Got my guy, DJ Hypnotic. I always want to go on the ones and twos. Letting it do what it do. We got my guy, DJ BlazeTooFly. You already know, you've seen him all over social media, Facebook, going crazy.
Yes, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me get my Birdman hands ready. Ambition the kids in the building.
Yes,
let's go.
Yes,
we got crazy, man.
We got him in the house.
AKA foreplay.
AKA foreplay, man.
And we want to say, can we say from the group?
Pretty Ricky.
Absolutely. There we go.
I earned that.
Yes, he earned that. Yes. Yeah, so I mean, this is a beautiful thing to have you guys here today. So we're going to christen the episode.
Got to christen the episode.
Yes, sir.
Every episode got a nice, fine shot of that nice spirit, that Parmesan pineapple. Bring it into our friends here. Thank you guys so much. Let's do this. I appreciate you guys.
Yes.
It's good, yeah.
And I don't want.
We staying healthy in 2025.
I don't want no one to get it fucked up. See, that's what I was about to say. I don't want no one to get it. I'm not a drinker. I drink here, okay? I be fucked up off of one little shot. You know what I mean? So I stay in shape like my man over here. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people think everybody in the industry is just partying all the time, diddied out, just drinking, doing drugs. You know, but I've never touched alcohol. I've never even tasted it.
Okay. That's to say, like, man,
I don't smoke. I don't do nothing.
It's so commendable too, because in that industry and in that whole environment, I would call it like that whole other universe.
It's a whole nother world.
It's literally accessibility. People just, hey, let me get you this. But to stay so, like, call it what it is, sober and away from all that, it's incredible.
Right. It's a tough task.
It is tough
task to do. Right. Do you ever feel like you were like at sometimes you felt like you were pressured too?
No, actually, the opposite. Everybody, just like when I told y'all, it's like, no, I never even drank before and I never even tasted it. Yeah. Everybody just like, they always respect it. They're like, usually like, man, I wish I would have never tasted alcohol. They wish I could go back and never taste alcohol. But like, it saves a lot of mistakes, a lot of money, a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, like, I don't have nothing against it. Yeah. You know what I mean? All my friends drink, they just got a DD every time. You know what I mean?
Did y'all hear that? You know what I'm saying? It's the bonus of having ambition.
He will get you home.
Yeah, 100%. I'll make sure you don't walk into no traps. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
You might even pick up a couple chicks with them, dudes, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
That's a true friend.
That is true.
But if you get drunk and start acting a fool, I will remind you forever how you showed your ass.
Listen,
I remember everything. That's the one thing about being sober. You remember everything that your boys did.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I'm a little jelly around the belly about, because it's like sometimes I'll be getting in my vibes. I'll be in the studio late nights. You know what I'm saying? I'll be shooting them back and not even realize. And then next morning, Brandy, my lady upstairs, she'd be like, did you realize what you did last night? I'm like, ate food in the kitchen on my knee? I don't know. She's like, you acted like a complete ass. I'm like, I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I swear to God. But that is the devil of it, though. I mean, that's why they call it spirits at the end of the day.
100%.
They creep in on you. Yeah,
it seems
I've been working on it. But this is a good festive occasion. This is crazy, though. We got two legendary DJs. We got I'm going to say Hall of Famer in the building. We got my OG here. And the producer's producer.
I'll put it to you like this. This is like a legendary episode. This is a legendary episode.
100% legendary.
And I appreciate y'all letting me be a part of it.
No, thank you. Yeah.
I'm glad to have you been here.
I mean, this is kind of like Olive Garden. You feel what I'm saying? You come to the Roaches podcast, and you're here, your family.
Okay, I like that.
They don't use that slogan. It's a Mandela effect. Okay. They don't use that anymore.
Okay, we're going to stop these Mandela effects. Now my head's I'm telling you, the Pikachu had a black on his tail, okay? I don't care if he bleached it on me to yellow.
So it's been some time since we actually got together to record a podcast, about like 2 months. I can't remember. It's been a while, and a lot of shit is going down. Since our last podcast, I know you're a caveat of my favorite word of having some new inside news, what's breaking out in the industry. What you got for us, dog?
I mean, we got a whole bunch. I mean, we can go over a couple of things. We got a couple people in the building right now who you guys, I'm pretty sure, know a little bit about what's going on. What do you guys feel about the Diddy situation right now? What do you feel about that right now? Do you think he's going to get, with everything that's going on, because we can talk about this forever, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that...
What's the initial verdict going to be? What's it going to come down to?
I think he's cooked a little, but I think what does he have news on? Because if they raided your house and took videos, and we know he wasn't the only one participant, so it's going to be, I think in this lifetime for me, nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah,
all the crap that has happened right now in life, you can't make this up. Stuff we said would never happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go. I wouldn't be surprised if he does go.
Yeah.
So, but to be honest, I don't know. I really can tell you, I don't know. But I just wonder what they got on them tapes. I said I want to see it.
That's what.
So the curious mind wanders.
Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Guess who ain't on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all heard it.
Not it.
Exactly. What you think, Ambition? What you think?
So, now I've been watching a lot about this.
Yeah. Have you been to one? That's the question.
Oh my God.
Have you been to one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely not.
Got you.
So,
y'all hear that?
No, but what I really think though is I think that a lot of what they're gonna have is going to be, there's gonna be a lot of consensual things that are
absolutely
going on that are in, like I was watching I forget the dude's name, but the cat that was from Making the Band, and he was talking about he's not
Ness.
I'm not. No, it wasn't Ness.
It's Nappy Head.
It was the one who left early.
Oh my God.
But he was talking about it. But I think it was Chopper.
Chopper.
I was thinking of the.
Chopper.
He was dope, man.
I think Chopper
Chopper stayed.
Is a shorter dude. Chopper, and it's a couple of them.
It might have been. I don't want to misquote nobody.
Yeah.
But
it was somebody from there.
I remember him. I was watching an interview with him, and he was saying that man, if I could walk into a party and all my favorite actresses and singers is just blowing people. He's like, hey, that's a party I want to be at. He's like, I'm going every. He's like Chopper. Yeah, he was like, that's where I'm trying to be at. Now, if they can prove that he was coercing people and blackmailing people and putting, drugs in the, allegedly putting drugs and stuff. That's a whole nother story. But they got to be able to prove that. So if he was actually doing that. Hopefully they can prove that, but if all they got is a bunch of tapes with people consensually having sex,
just gangbanging,
that is what it is. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of that going on in Hollywood in general, and not
works.
just in the music industry. Now, as far as me and my personal opinion, I don't know what the hell was actually going on. But soon as he threw one blow at Cassie, I was done with Diddy. For me, you could throw him under the jail for all I care. I was done after that.
That was absolutely brutal.
That put the nail in the coffin for it. It was like,
you know what it did? Like he'll tell you, I based my image, I was around here, Diddy of the city. I would call myself
proclaimed, and then I'm like, how did that age?
Like it wasn't no like obsession, but it was like I aspired that man, when he ran that 26 miles and he smoked and he wasn't in the best of shape, but he trained for 6 weeks and did it like in New York, and he just stood in New York like this for forever. And I was like, that's what I like. You know what I mean? I based my life off of being that. So I'm one of the black men that looked up to this guy. That when I look at him, I'm like, damn, because when you look up to people, they could be like a pops to you too. Like when you look at if you're a young man, you could be like, my dad was a great dad. I love my dad. I looked up to my dad, but this is like a hero to me. My dad was a hero to me, but this guy was like, oh damn, like anything's possible.
Everybody calls me crazy.
I was fucked up from,
but I'm always like, I ain't really fuck with Diddy, bro. Like not even from back.
We grew up like this man was
everything.
He ran everything. He was like an amazing, like just mogul. Just a businessman. Just like he did so much in the industry and for the industry.
Oh yeah.
But that power can change people. It can, but at the same time, like. That's a whole nother story. Like I'm just talking about you're an elder.
Yeah.
Smacking down a woman, like it's a whole nother story. It's different.
And he got daughters.
But what do you say? But what do you say about this though? Because you gotta look at it in hindsight. We know this. I mean, what do you say about the dudes that say, "Well, bitches get beat up every day, B"? You know what I mean? Like, and you know, we all got a man. They got a man. They got a man. They got a man. They got a man that beats. That done did something to his wife. And you know, we know about it. He like, motherfuckers get into it all goddamn time. And if woman be slapping him, and be slapping him, and all that.
I mean, seriously.
What do you say? But you know,
that's what I was about to say. Like, I don't have anybody in mind.
Have you ever knew someone that, like a couple? Like, have you ever knew any couple that was like that ever? Like, abusive,
I have.
toxic as
like
hell?
where I've known couples who had toxic relationships, but not any like abuse that I've known of. I've heard of like somebody I was dating, their sister was dating somebody who was abusive, or somebody, you know, like you said, it's like somebody you know through somebody, but never anybody like that was close to me. But there's you know, like I look at it like all right, just like the Chris Brown situation. Like I love Chris Brown. I think he's the most amazing artist out
one of the best. One of the best
besides like Usher, you know, Beyonce, you know, like he's one of the top 3, 4, 5 artists out today.
Absolutely.
You know, he made a mistake as a child. He was a kid. You know what I mean? And you can make mistakes as a kid and be forgiven. You know, and I feel like he's worked hard to be a better person and to redeem himself. He deserves that forgiveness.
I agree.
Absolutely. You know what I mean?
I feel like that with a lot of the artists. I think we hold, because here's the big difference. Everything's 24/7 for them on camera.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like,
it's magnified.
You make some mistakes. Yeah, people do. But sometimes, even in my 20s, there's stuff I did that I look at my old age now, I ain't gonna say too much in there, but I'm like, I wouldn't do it that way. Not that shit, but you know, still. So it's like, I think we gotta let people grow. Okay, you made a mistake, man, you know, and you really feel bad about it. You made, you know, retribution, whatever you had to do. And it's like you know, with Michael Vick, we use that in there.
I was gonna say Michael Vick. That's so funny.
He made a mistake. That's okay, cool. He admitted to it. He did everything he do, but it's every time that he's a dog fighter. Yeah, dude, man, he did his time. He made up for what he did. He
rehabilitated himself.
Let it go at that moment, man.
You know, the world wouldn't be right if you didn't have a little gossip. It wouldn't be no balance. You know what I mean? So it is always gonna be.
It's like, imagine you like all the mistakes. Like, not saying that they're on that level, but all the mistakes you made. Imagine all those mistakes were in the public eye, and people could just openly criticize you for the rest of your life for that. You got to understand that that's what like people like that are going through. You know what I mean? Like people in that complete spotlight, and it's very hard to walk your life on a very thin line,
straight and narrow.
When you're that high up, you know, like it's very hard. You know, look how Justin Bieber, like, he had that whole phase where just he was acting out.
He was going through it.
It's like he was going through it, and there's a lot of, you know, we have a whole lot of mental health and things that are not addressed, and we look at these people like, oh, you're rich and you're famous.
It doesn't matter.
It's like, no, like sometimes you can give, like, look at it like this. If you come from nothing and you build up to millions of dollars in fame, you will appreciate that more than somebody who is just born into it.
Like inheriting
that money. Like, so now if you're somebody who inherited that money, a lot of people who inherit that money, and they just have grown up just experiencing all the best things in life, but they also have, there's also people trying to use them for their money. They don't know who they can trust. They
who's real, who's not real.
Who's real and who's not real. They can't, and they can do everything, and they have done everything. So what is there to look forward to? Those are most of the people who, you know, end up, you know,
unaliving.
Or just being
unaliving.
Or just being seriously depressed. And you're like, why are you depressed? Why are you complaining? You got all the money in the world. It's like, yeah, because I don't have anything to, like it doesn't matter if I never win a Grammy, you know, or have $100 million. I'm happy where I've made things and what I've been able to do for myself because of where I came from. You know, coming from, you know, being evicted from the projects, you know, every few months, you know, to growing, just to be, even if I was just, you know, like an entrepreneur, you know, like, and not you know, just I never got somewhere with my music, and I just grew up to take care of myself, start my own business, and have that opportunity to be something more than what I came from. I can appreciate that. Yeah. And I also have things to build to and look forward to.
Yeah. And still, cliche, ambition, goals.
Yeah. Exactly.
You still got, because, and I appreciate that sentiment that you just had said, because it's like, it's true. Because when you come from nothing and you work up, and every little notch on your accolade chart, it becomes that much more precious. I myself, I've been at the doorstep of the industry a few times, right at the doorstep, and I've always had that door shut on my face in some shape or form. It's always been a weird way it happens, but I trust in the Lord. It's like, you're gonna put me on the path that I need to be on. So if it ain't meant for now or in here, it's not meant for here or now. Right. But I know that there is a path.
Absolutely.
And if I keep my faith, be a good person, be good to others, treat everybody with respect, help, be selfless, and it'll all work out at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, and also to go off of that too, what you're saying, like the mental health thing, I mean, we all go through it. We're still humans. So when you're magnified under that lens, especially being a celebrity into people's eye, it's hard to be a normal person.
Yeah,
because you're identified. And
you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do things that are out of the ordinary too when you have that type of lifestyle too. So you think that you don't know what the verdict will be on him. You would say he's gonna get off. Or maybe
I think he's cool either way. I think that's something. They're gonna catch him on something. Okay. They got him on something. Because they don't go in like this unless they got him on something. I don't know if all the stuff everybody is saying, and all these claims that are coming out are, I think, like, at least 40% of them are just people trying to grab money.
Oh, so you think he might or might not. It's kind of like the same thing.
It's the thing with the DEA there. You realize they're in the top 90 percentile of conviction. Yeah. New York don't play, so if they're there, they're not going to jeopardize. We're in the top 90% of you getting convicted.
But
they're not going to take it to the trial.
But that's only it. But that's usually the person is already admitting at the time. They're copping a
evidence.
They're basically copping a plea. That's why it's so high, because they cop pleas. They're good at intimidating and copping pleas and stuff. What do you think, Blaze? What do you think?
I'm just going to be honest. Yeah. I'm listening to everybody, and I'm listening to Ambition, listening to you. Yeah. Been watching it for a long time, and just knowing what I know, I guess from the inside out industry and stuff like that. It's bigger than him. It's way bigger than Puffy, guys. I mean, people don't realize it's bigger than Puff. You know what I mean? Yeah. If we're not gonna say names because we're definitely, but it's way higher than Puff. And then there's a group over Puff. Yeah. They call the shots. You know what I'm saying? So we all screaming Puff, but people don't know the industry. If you don't know, you ever been to a Puffy party, if you ain't never been in the industry, you wouldn't understand the ins and outs, from the shot calls to the calls to everything else. You know? Yeah, he might have been a boss, but there's bosses. Over bosses that's calling them shots. Yeah. A lot of people don't even know them Puffy parties was calls. Them Puffy parties was sponsors. Yeah. He didn't pay for all of them. He didn't even probably pay for one. Right? Yeah. But all these allegations came out right now, right? A lot of it, I feel, is going to go away because the situation is, the feds they got you when they come. Yeah. We know that, right? And what I've been seeing is, like he said, a lot of people just come in trying to say it's a money thing, but a lot of what y'all don't understand, all this money stuff, that's going to be civil, right? The criminal, when it comes down to the criminal, that's where we look at now.
Yeah, the criminal part is where they've got it. I think what the problem we have too is now we make people guilty by media. Right. And this is not saying I know we saw him assaulting Cassie on there, which is totally wrong.
Yeah, but that's all we saw.
Yeah, that's all we saw. But the thing is, I agree with you. There's more to it. Let's be real. We can even look at the Epstein. What's the list? There's other people participating. You don't do that unless other people there, willingly or unwillingly. So it's. I think even with the Diddy, like you said, it's a lot more to the situation with it in there. Yeah, he may have did this, but everybody deserves their day in court to prove they did or didn't. You know, prove
absolutely,
you did it or
absolutely.
not.
I agree. What do you think, Phil?
I completely agree.
All I'm saying is, no, I don't have an opinion. I'll be honest.
It hurt me because, like, I remember in 8th grade, we used to dress up. We went to a talent show. We did a talent show. Yeah. We did a talent show, and we did "Can't Nobody Hold Me Down." Me and my boy fought each other who was gonna do Puff's verse.
That's what I'm saying.
It was cool. I still got him at my mama's house somewhere. The shiny suits that we went and found.
I'll be honest.
I ain't lying. Yo, we went everywhere.
My talent show.
I ain't never do the
My talent show in the 5th grade.
I had to. He was cool.
Man,
5th grade talent show, bro. I did Will Smith getting jiggy with it, bro.
Oh Lord.
Na 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 na.
Yeah, so you see,
It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy conversation.
It is a crazy conversation, man. I don't know. I talk.
Can
about
I still
it all
play
day.
Bad Boy music? Because I mean, they had like some good stuff back in the day.
Bro.
Let's just be real.
I would tell you like this. You should. This is one of them situations where it shouldn't affect the music. What he did. So what? You threw sex parties. I just hope you didn't beat nobody and have no little kids there.
I mean, didn't they just reinstate R. Kelly's music on Spotify? Because then after R. Kelly's, they took it all off.
I just feel like if you didn't touch no kids and you didn't, you're entitled to those sex parties. You're entitled to do that. You know what he did? You know what I think? This is how I'm gonna put it. I just believe that he was damn near a billionaire, if not a billionaire, and he had the plug to be able to throw parties for people that wanted to do threesomes, that had couples, families that wanted to sleep with movie stars, and he brought all their dreams true. I think he was obsessed with saying, look,
they brought all their dreams
sex
true.
spot where I can get with Sandra Bullock if I want to, Halle Berry, yeah, you go, come on, I've been thinking
Halle
about
Berry
your ass.
Oh,
I know I don't look that great, but girl, let me come over here and get you, because you all fucked up on these drugs and shit, I got a chance to sleep. I think that, I think he provided a pot for everyone to, and then things got a little crazy, but this is where the problem is where the drugs come in, and then you didn't give anybody authorization and all this, and people are not coherent, and you're being filmed against your will, stuff like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were NDAs involved.
Well,
there was, I believe.
I'm sure there is, but they're gonna break them shit.
Like they tried to get Leonardo DiCaprio. Remember that was a big thing. They were trying to lie to.
I don't know. They took some sus pictures, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of suspects.
I think you got to look at it like this. You got to look at it like from a different perspective. Let's pull back to a different perspective. Let's say you're a new artist. Like you're 23 years old. You just got on the scene. You got a hit record on the radio, and then Puffy says, "Hey, I'm having a white party." You come to the white party. You like, oh, this is gonna be that. 2:00 in the morning hits, everybody starts getting naked. All these women start getting naked. It starts getting crazy, and you're walking around.
Oh, at 23,
you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna be like, oh,
nowhere.
This was my point. This was my point that I was saying earlier about
you got a point.
Now, and it's a whole alleged thing. Yeah. Let's say you're a drinker. You're in there drinking, and you get the wrong drink. And then you take that drink, and then you end up passed out, and now you wake up and you sore in the back, and you're like, imagine, that would ruin your life. That would ruin your whole mental state. Or imagine if that happened to you. And that if it truly happened. That's a whole. There's levels to this whole thing. Or imagine about the. And something that I have experience with, somebody holding their power over you to control your career, your life,
where you can go and elevate to.
Yeah, like that part. I never think that should be. You should pay for that if that's what you were doing to people. If you were holding people's careers in your hands, and because you're on a power trip, you're like, oh, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to destroy your career, or I'm going to blackball you, or I'm going to not give you, I'm not going to sign you if you don't do this. That's a whole nother story.
And I'll be honest with you, bro, like I was literally told to educate myself on this. Back in 2009, I went to Atlanta, and manager at the time, we had a group of guys that were local hip hop artists. We do songs together, separate. We had a little mosh pod. So I used to call it the Hagerstown Wu-Tang. and I would produce everybody. So we went to Atlanta. We were waiting to go into downtown Atlanta because we were staying about an hour and a half. And my boy just, out of nowhere, just like, hey, you ever heard of Illuminati? And I'm like, Illuminati? What the fuck is that? He's like, right. When you get back,
and that's
get
the
home.
group I'm talking about.
Right.
He said, get educated. Get yourself educated. Learn and do with that information what you will.
Word.
I mean, I went down a rabbit hole. And I've been down that rabbit hole, and I almost feel like I've been like self-aware of that. But one thing about me is I wouldn't compromise myself as a human or my faith. And I know a lot, there's really good aspects of the industry, and there's that, what we were talking about, that really dark aspect, like the occult type deal.
Well, like what Ambitious said, it's like, I think at my age now versus 23, I don't know if I'd make that wise decision, bro. Not saying that I would do something illegal, but where I would be.
I'm with you. Yeah, I agree, because you don't know when you're...
The thing about it, like, all right, you figure, when I joined Pretty Ricky, it was a snap thing. Like, I mean, literally, it was like, I was working 9 to 5, like answering phones somewhere, some job that I don't even remember the name of. Right. And, making $12, $13 an hour. Yeah. And then I get a call from Baby Blue, like, on a Thursday night, like, hey, we want you to come out and audition for the group. Wow. Because they had lost Pleasure.
And how did that happen? I didn't mean to cut you off from that story, but this would be a really good, like, telling story about how this happened.
So I was working with a group in Pittsburgh. They were called Crave. Okay. And I was, and their manager, our manager at the time, his name was Big D. And Pretty Ricky came to Pittsburgh for a summer jam. Crave performed, and I did their artist development. So I put their whole show together. I taught them how to be artists, how to do interviews, like all of that, their wardrobe, everything. Whoa! He hired me to do that. With Big D hired me to be their artist, to do all of their artist development, and he was like, I don't have the time. I'm putting all my money and energy into Crave. Yeah. But I promise you, once we get them on, you'll be next. Damn. And I was like, all right, cool. So, and I worked with them for 5 years for free. Just believing in the believing in the process mission. So Pretty Ricky comes to Pittsburgh. They do Summer Jam. Crave opens up, and they like them. They're like, all right, we want to sign that group.
Oh shit.
So they start talking to Big D. We actually went on tour with them, and then Pleasure leaves because they are having money issues. Being funny with the money. Pleasure does a solo. He cuts a deal with Atlantic behind their back. Behind the group's back. Yeah. Signs a deal for a solo album with Atlantic. So now they're supposed to go on tour. They have no singer.
Oh man.
So I'm at home. And they're on the road. And I'm at home just working my 9 to 5, waiting for whatever the next thing we're going to do. And Baby Blue calls me because Big D is like, well, why don't you try my boy? Like, give him an audition, He's ready to go, So, because it's one of my always, as an artist and as an artist development, I always tell every artist that I work with or talk to, always be ready. Don't give anybody a reason to tell you no. Yeah. If they were like, nah, we want somebody who can do a backflip like, Chris Brown or Usher, like you need to be in the gymnastics gym trying to figure it out.
Getting it done.
If you don't write, start writing. If you don't dance, start
Kobe
dancing.
In the gym.
Like, baby. You need to do whatever it is that you want to be. You need to be getting ready for that right now. Like, and there's no excuses. Yeah. So he told Blue, like, well, he's ready to go. Y'all need somebody now. He's ready to go. And Atlantic was already sending them people to audition. So he calls me. It's like 9 o'clock at night. He's like, yo, I want you to come out and audition, be in the group. And I was like, all right, word. Like, when? He was like, your plane leaves tomorrow at 7:30. Just be at the airport. You'll fly out for the weekend. You'll audition tomorrow. Hang out with us on Saturday, and then you'll fly home on Sunday. I was like, all right, cool. So I packed for the weekend. I get there, audition. I didn't come home for a year. I had 3 weeks.
No 2 weeks at the other job.
I had no 2 weeks. I had 3 weeks to learn routines.
Wow.
Everything, and then we were on the road.
Oh,
now,
wow.
I was on 106 in Park like 3 weeks later.
Oh man, that's crazy.
As the new lead.
Yeah.
So then,
that's wild.
yeah, it was crazy.
Wild.
And I had my boy Jesse was my roommate.
Was that when Roxy was on there, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Terrence and Roxy.
Yep.
Yep.
Terrence and Roxy.
Okay.
And,
the OG.
Okay. So then, next thing you know, we're shooting all the videos and we're doing all the stuff, and we're on tour doing all these shows, and we're at home one day. We come back home one day, and Blue walks in. He's just like, "Here, sign this."
Oh.
And it's like a packet, like this thing. I'm like, well, should I like have my lawyer or like Big D here? I was like, I don't know what any of this means. I'm like reading through it, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what this means. He's like, no, we need to get it like signed now. So we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like, I don't know what this I'm signing or what this means. Right. I could read that it says right here. There's a 25%. There's a even split between us four.
Split sheets. And
that's all I can. That's all I really understand. I don't understand any of this legal jargon.
Yeah.
Shouldn't I call a lawyer? He was like, "Look, you were just on 106 in Park last week. How are your friends going to feel when we send you home and you're back working 9 to 5?"
And who said this?
Baby Blue.
Baby
Blue. Wow.
He was like, "Because if you don't sign that right now, in the next 10 minutes, that's what's going to happen. You're going to go home."
Strong arm.
Strong arm. Yeah.
And
bro, that's fucking tough.
That's crazy.
What do you do at that point? Like,
you sign the paper. You shouldn't sign the paper.
but
Right.
you do it because you're
you
like,
do it because it's like,
You don't know.
it's an ego. Well, not like in that
He just did
universal
a
thing,
big
but
red to you, like off the window.
it kind of is an ego shot though, because once you're put on the spot in that kind of regard, it's like
this is what I've been waiting for.
I'm here. This is what it is, and this is what I was talking about. Like, it is taking somebody's dream, which is all of you. Like, I wanted to do this since I was 7. You know what I mean? I made a decision when I was 7. Everything in my life would be headed for this moment right now. That, the reason I never drank or did any drugs is because I don't want anything to get me off the path that I am on. I might get drunk and have sex with some random chick and have a kid. Now I'm stuck with a kid that I never wanted, with somebody I don't even remember, and now it's messing up my path to get on this. I was like, I'm not doing anything except if it doesn't involve me progressing.
you're like what I would call a Jalen Hurts, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's an Eagles reference. I apologize, but that's a Jalen Hurts mentality, man. That's that Jordan mentality. That's that, like, I'm putting in the work.
Right.
I'm staying the course. I'm staying focused, and that's all tunnel vision.
Yeah, 100% tunnel vision. And like I was saying, like I was doing gymnastics, I was breakdancing, I was dancing, I was taking class, like whatever. I was writing. I write all my music. Off? Like, dude, yeah, you don't want that.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't want that.
I may look out of shape because I am, but
So
You have a dance off by your own podcast.
crazy. So like when you got with Pretty Ricky, like I know, like me and Blaze is being DJ, which not your level. Well, we've done some stuff, but what was it like when you first hit that? You realized, yo, it is really here. What was that moment like for you?
So it was really like the best way I could explain it is like euphoric. Mm-hmm. Like it's like you're almost like, I can't believe this is happening.
Right.
But I'm watching it happening like over here. I'm watching. It's
almost like watching yourself from like an out of body experience.
Just like, and you like it's a feeling like when you think about it, you're just filled with so much emotion. You almost just want to cry from happiness. You know what I mean? Like, and it was a thing that was like, I've never doubted that I would ever make it. That I would make it. I was like, I am getting there. I will make it one day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting it to come. I wasn't that fast.
Like you said,
I wasn't expecting it to happen then, and I was just like, I'm on 106 Park. I was just like, this is how fast and how different it was for me. Like, this is the only way I can explain it, or a short story. So when Flow Rider first came out with Low, with T-Pain, I was in Pittsburgh with my breakdance crew, and he was performing at a skating rink in Cheswick, which is in the middle of nowhere in Pittsburgh. He was performing at a skating rink, and they hired us to dance in front of the stage while he was performing. And we were so happy. Like, we're gonna be dancing with Flow Rider. We're gonna be breakdancing, and we're getting paid like $25 a piece or $50 a piece, something like that. And we were like, we're gonna be dancing in front of Flow Rider. 1 month exactly later, Flow Rider and Trey Songz are opening for me.
That's crazy.
That is how
that's coming to life, folks.
Crazy it was. Like, I mean, like it was like literally, like, we're in first class, he's back in coach. You know what I mean? Like,
and I actually, I did want to Quentin Tarantino this shit real quick too, because when you were explaining about doing like the PR stuff and like the artist development stuff, so how were you known as being a vocal expression? Like how did they know to like come to you?
How did they beforehand? Like
to get you to do the vocals or try out.
So my manager, like, so when I was 7 years old, this is a decent story how everything connects. Like, everything in life connects, and it has relevance. You just don't know what that relevance is until the next thing happens. But so when I was 7, my mom used to order like, there was like, you can get 7 CDs for 7 cents or 11. You know, like
the paper catalog.
So she used to.
He owes them still. You know he do. I'm snitching.
I said that, didn't I?
He's still owing for the Will Smith getting jiggy with his singing. Get him collections. Anyway, my bad.
So the first CD that one of the CDs that we got was Boyz II Men's Cooley High Harmony.
Ooh, okay.
And the first song on that album was Please Don't Go. And as soon as I heard that song, I was like, I have to learn how to sing. I have to learn how to sing this. And that's how I learned how to sing, was just by copying them, like just trying to learn their songs, annoying the shit out of my mom. She's like, you're not going to be a singer. You can't sing. Please go in the basement. Just get out of here. Like, but I taught myself how to sing by imitating them, and then they came out with Boyz II Men too. I would get that CD and I learned, and they would get better every time. So I would get better, not as good as them, but I would get better. And eventually I made one of my favorite things to do is make a cappella versions of songs. Okay. I'll do 5-part harmony and then sing the lead over top. Once I learned how to stack vocals.
They do the videos and shit.
I've never done that because I'm not a video guy. Like, I don't know how to actually do that. But I have a whole album of just a cappella songs that I just grew up on.
Shit, film them, send them to me. I'll edit them for you, bro. Come on, man.
Let's go.
So Dirty Phil over here, man.
So then, like, I made that song. And I had made that a long time ago, but then my manager, Big D, took that song and let them hear that, and that's what got me the audition.
Oh, wow.
And then I talk about things, working out, and having being relative. Like, later on, when we went to 106 in Park, we did their 300th episode, and
big.
Yeah, it was a big show. Everybody was there, and we went there. And then after the show, the lady who ran 106 in Park, she was like, "Hey, I know you love Boyz II Men. They're performing down the street. Do you want to go and meet them?"
Shut up, bro.
Come on, man. I'm like, hell yeah. So we go. We catch the end of their show. They come down backstage, and we're talking to them, and I'm telling them my story and how I got on. I was like, it's because of you that I'm here.
Dude, that's so fucking cool.
In every way, not just because I heard your music and you taught me how to sing, but then me doing one of your songs got me the audition to be here. Wow. And then he's like, Wanye from Boyz II Men is like, yo, here's my email. Send me that song. I want to hear it.
Oh, shit.
Shit. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to send you that song. So then I send him the email and the song. I don't hear anything. Like 3 months go by. All of a sudden, my phone rings, and it says Wanye Morris, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, yeah, who's fucking with me right now? Yeah, I'm like, I almost missed the call because I was just like too much in shock to answer it, and I swore I was like, somebody in here took my phone, put their number in under Wanye Morris. So I answer it, and he's like, yo, it's, sorry I didn't get back to you after, we on the road, you know how it is. He was like, but you killed that shit.
Damn.
He was like, bro, you killed all the vocals, the harmony. Like, I was just like, and I'm just like sitting there like, but then it doesn't end there.
Push myself real quick.
Then months later, I'm figuring out like, all right, they're keeping all the money. They're treating me like garbage. Me and Blue have fought like 3 different times. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, this isn't going the way that I thought it was going. So I called Wanye, and I'll never forget it because he was giving his kids a bath. And I was like, dude, I can call you back. He's like, no. He's like, no, you're good. He's like, what's going on? And I was like, and I told him what was going on. And he was like, dude, if you stay there and they're not letting you, because they changed my name. They did all these things. They were blackmailing, doing all this stuff, like holding, not blackmailing, but holding like my, anything that I didn't want to do, they would be like, well, then we'll send you home.
Yeah.
And we'll just put another guy in your place. And then so I was like, told him what was happening. He was like, look, if you stay there and they continue to do that, it is going to ruin music for you. You're not going to want to do it anymore. And it's going to be useless for you. He was like, you need to leave. And he was like, because if you don't, you'll never come back. He was like, don't worry. He was like, you made it there once, you can make it again. Yeah. He was like, we had to do the same thing.
Bro, that's so crazy. You're getting like that kind of coaching mentality. Right. And before it's still there, but I do want to appreciate the fact that when you were talking about learning to sing and your story is the imitation. I've done the same thing, which was crazy. That's why I've kind of held on to that. Like, you see something, you love something, you're like, I want to fucking do that. Right. And I'll be damned if I don't figure out how to do it. Yeah. But like we were just talking, we were chopping up off camera before we started filming, like how the band things, people don't see eye to eye, ideas, they want you to do stuff, and you're like, I don't need to do that. That's where the band stuff comes in. Natural progression and learning, and then just having that drive and that internal feeling like to learn on your own and grow, man, it's fucking beautiful. But for him to have that conversation while giving his kids a bath and just taking the time, dude, it's
and if he wouldn't, and if he wouldn't have did that, if I wouldn't have talked to him, I wouldn't have had the courage to just be like, you know what? Because I was going home with nothing. Like, they didn't give me. They didn't.
How did you survive during that time when you were on the road?
So when I was there, like I lived with them. Yeah. They bought like everything. Like, they would just be like, everybody go to Pollo, and it would be like, Foreplay, go to Pollo and get everybody food. Like he just like their dad, Big Blue. He just runs everything, and he runs it like it's his kids, like we're his kids. They are his kids. The other 3, the only one who, the ones who weren't brothers were me and Pleasure. I mean, we were the only ones who weren't family.
That makes sense. Okay.
So that's why problems kept happening, because he treated everything like that, especially the money. The money too. So when the money came in, it all went to him. Now I understand that with them, because he funded your career.
Right.
But I'm the hired gun like that. I'm not one of your kids.
And not
you need to pay me.
And not only that, you're the face of the franchise.
Absolutely. And it's like, and the thing about it is
like, what are we talking about?
And
this is probably where the problem came, right?
But they don't look at it like that. Even though I'm up front, they built it. Yeah. So, which I agree with. I completely agree with.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're putting me in front. You're hiring me to do a job. I'm good at my job.
Yeah. Right.
But at the same time, I'm not mad about the money. Like, I left with nothing. That was my choice. It's like, whatever. Y'all weren't paying me what I was supposed to get. I don't have the money to pay for the right lawyers to even deal with that. So I don't even care. And I appreciate them giving me the opportunity and putting me on that platform to be able to do something that I wanted to do since I was a kid. Yeah, like all the dreams and everything that I wanted to achieve when I was a child.
Oh man, yeah.
I did those things. But when you are an adult, you have new dreams. You know what I mean? It's so, I I appreciate that experience, because there's a lot of artists out there who just love music and they will never experience that.
Right.
And that's another thing too, man, because like back to like what we were all kind of like just chopping it up about, because like this isn't just one of those things like bro, you did something that, and still doing something that millions upon millions of motherfuckers want to do.
Yeah. Right.
And the
remember like Boys to Men, like,
you know what I mean, like and how it all comes full circle, like the small percentile of getting, holy shit.
Sorry, dog scared the shit out of me.
What's the name of the dog, man?
My bad, I didn't realize it was a dog in there.
What's the name of the dog?
My bad, my bad. I was just like, with a dog.
Like, oh no, it's a rat.
I was like, what just happened?
Y'all see it, world.
I was like, what just happened?
My bad.
What's going on? Are we still on there?
My bad.
Time out, coach. Time out, coach.
Time out.
Time out, coach.
I just was like, oh, I forgot your dog was in there. My bad.
No, you're good.
Scared the shit.
He's a sneaky little fucker. Mr. Ben moves in stealth mode all the time.
Oh,
He's like, I'm going upstairs.
All right, we'll be right back.
How long was your
That might go on TikTok, fucker.
How long was your actual career with Pretty Ricky? How long did you stay with him?
So I was there for 2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And I can tell you, I made more money breakdancing.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
When I went home,
Being the front man, the face of the fucking...
hundreds and hundreds of shows.
But did you feel? Did you feel the? Not to interrupt, but did you feel the pressure from? Because Pleasure P is a big thing. It's a big. He went off and did great. By himself.
Exactly.
Did you feel any pressure?
So when I first joined, there was tons of hate, until we put out one song. It all changed that quick. Like it was like, oh, okay, we like that guy.
Which was
like just like reading social media, people were like, well, who's this guy? Like he ain't Pleasure. He's not good as Pleasure. He ain't gonna be. And then we put out one song, and they were like, oh,
okay, we get it.
And that song, we put out. It wasn't. We put out Cuddle Up first.
Okay.
Which I also was a mistake. We shouldn't have put out Cuddle Up, but they were trying to promote a female group that they had, Buttercream. Okay. So they put out that, where I pretty much didn't sing at all. I was just doing a few ad-libs here and there, and then I had a dance segment in the video. But then we put out Knocking Boots. And that's when it changed. That's when it changed around.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know what that is. We gotta clap that one
up. Shout out to H-Town.
You shut him up then.
But I knew that was coming, so I was prepared for that. Like I know how it goes. Like and I got so much respect for Pleasure. Like I wasn't trying to. Like I never, they were. That was one of the things they wanted to do. Like, no, you need to talk shit on Pleasure. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He's a great artist. You know what I mean? Like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be him. Or trying to be. I'm not trying to beat him. I'm trying to be me.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about like.
Exactly.
And the one thing you were explaining earlier, which is it's obviously standing true. So like when you asked that question, I kind of in the back of my head, I'm like. That motherfucker was ready for this shit. Yeah. Like, everything you talked about. Tunnel vision, staying focused, staying the course, putting in that work. No matter what, you were going to make that shit happen. And then when the opportunity arose, you were there to fucking knock it out.
It was ready to go. We like jumped straight off. We went off and running. And that's why I say like what I was saying before is like, when I left with nothing. I went and had to move back in with one of my best friends. You know what I mean? And literally start over. I had to start over, like, because when I was out there, I only could. They would buy us all food and stuff like that, and I was living with them. Anything else, I had to pay for out of my own savings. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, and they're just like. Even my manager, I realized he was in on the whole thing with them.
Oh, damn, bro.
They were like, well, we get the money and we make them famous. That's it. Like even Slick and Spec were not in in those conversations, like Blue and the Big Blue and my manager, they were in the back having conversations like, no, the money comes to us. They just get famous, and we give out the money like this. But I wasn't even. That's not what I was upset about. What I was upset about was them blocking my reach and blocking my connections, like a scorn, like somebody. It's like, all right, if you're dating a chick and then she cheats on you, you're gonna take precautions with the next one to make sure that she can't do the same thing that one did. Yeah. Right. Pleasure was able to get out on them. Right. Like he was like, oh, y'all want to be funny with the money? All right, I'm Pleasure P. Yeah. I can go to Craig Cowman, make a deal, and and put out I Did You Wrong and blow up Girlfriend Number 2 and blow up because I am the leader of the group. Mm-hmm. Right. So now I come into the group and they're like, that ain't happening again. So put these sunglasses on, put your hat down, don't talk about where you're from. We're going to change your name from Ambition to Foreplay, a name that you don't want. Yeah. We're going to, you're not allowed to interview. So when they ask you a question because you're the new guy, because everybody wants to talk to you, Baby Blue's gonna be like, nah, he don't sing. We found him in the bushes. He's a beast. Sing it, Foreplay, and then you're gonna sing a part of the song, and then you're gonna shut the fuck up, and we're gonna answer the question.
It's like a pimp and hoe type thing. Yeah.
It was like
that's what goes back to why he said why he.
That's the result of a failed. You say relationship, but that's what it is. Yeah. Like that's the result of it. Like you were saying, like the cheating aspect, and it does coincide on how that happens and what's fucked up. And damn, that's crazy to hear that story and like just kind of hear everything's going. But like,
is he the villain?
Yeah,
no, because it goes back to what he was saying about the beginning of how when he signed. His eyes were only on we all get 25% and 25%. Hey, where's my 25%?
The moment happens. Yeah, and the moment happened. Boom.
But you ain't see nothing, right? You ain't see.
I didn't see anything.
Now, what gap from how many months would you say a year? That whole time you was on, there was nothing. The whole time,
zero.
There was nothing.
Zero, except for. Like I live with them. Yeah. So I guess they like, and when I did speak to like a lawyer about it, they were like, well, they could do whatever they want with the books. You live with them. So they could be like, well, this cost this, and he was on the road, and this cost this, and this, and we paid for the food, so this cost this, and then they could say you owe them money.
Did they gift you things like cars and stuff like that?
No. No, none of them even had their own cars. Nobody except for their dad had their own car. He had a Bentley. Everybody else, they had 3 Suburbans, and everybody and those were the trucks we took out when we were like somewhere local. Right. We would roll in like I forget what it's called. I'm blanking on the word, but they would have their cousins drive and be security. Okay. It was a family thing. Yes. But when we didn't have those trucks, if you needed to do something, just grab one of the trucks and roll. Right. Nobody had their own car.
Yeah. Company van.
We just get the company car. Yeah. Except the old boy, Big Blue. he just bought his new young chick a brand new Lexus.
Oh man, take y'all
So I'm trying to understand something here. So on these shows that you're doing 3, 4, 5 shows a week, right?
Yeah.
Right. You get a lot of times, we niggas don't be taking care of their taxes because they taking cash and shit like that or whatever. You wasn't getting nothing from those nights after the show?
Zero. I didn't even.
So you get off and you like, look, I want to go out to eat or something. I know y'all go out together, but you like, look, I'm gonna go down here. I gotta, buy me some pack of cigarettes. I smoking or something. Yeah. I gotta buy some weed or something. They
zero.
Woo.
So it's like you couldn't even just be like, yo, I'm trying to take this. I don't know, something that's crazy, man.
Now, so one time, and I told this story before. Like I started dating a girl. Her name was Estelita Quintero. She was on Love and Hip Hop.
What up, Estelita? Okay, what's up? What's up, Estelita?
I talk about she's the only person I dated while I was there. I was way too busy for that, and I didn't have a car or money, so
yeah.
we were dating, and I was spending, my savings to like take her out and stuff. I had that because I had some money in my own savings. So anything I wanted to do, I had to use that money. So man. I would take her out, but I didn't have a car, so she'd have to drive up from my, like downtown. She lived in a high rise in downtown Miami, so she would drive up, up to like close to like, I'm not gonna say where they live, but and pick me up, and then we would hang out. Yeah. Now the reason we broke up, and Blue was jealous of that relationship because he's like, and the first thing he said was, she only with you because you with us, and you with Pretty Ricky. That's why she with us. I'm like, she got all the money. Like she's already a popular. She's already established. She's flying out to LA, modeling all the time. Oh yeah, she's out there fucking all these LA cats. So that's all they were just in my head.
See, that's that shit, man. That's not fair.
I'm like,
it's not fair.
But I'm
We're gonna say allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
No, that's what they're saying. Okay. No, this is what they're saying too. They're 100%.
There we go.
So, I'm like, whatever. You're hating on me. I don't care. And it's just Blue. Baby Blue. Like. He's the devil, like allegedly. But
he's an alleged.
But so then,
oh my God, bro!
Bang.
So we, like it's her birthday. So the one time, their old boy hooked me up. I was like, yo, I want to buy a car. I was like. It's my girl's birthday's coming up in the next tomorrow. I can't even take her out for her birthday, do this night. Like, I want to get a car. Like, and he's like, man, don't spend your money, man. Like the money. Yeah. Like, don't spend your money. You don't want to waste your money buying no car, man. Here, take the Bentley out. Just take her out with the Bentley. Here's a couple $100. And I'm just like, you gonna let me take the Bentley? Yeah. Oh shit! And then all those thoughts of like, I need to buy my own car. Where's my own shit?
Just out the window.
Gone. Now I'm take my girl out on the town on the Bentley. Like I'm good. I'm back in the game. It's just manipulation.
Same old manipulation.
So,
man, that's crazy.
And then like a month later,
something just like that happened to me, guys.
So then a month later, me and her plan to go to the movie. She comes, picks me up. We go back down to Miami, go to the movies. So we're about to walk in, and Baby Blue's like, yo, I need you to get back here. It's an emergency. I just wrote something. I need you to record this right now. It's got to go out to da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like...
that shit takes time anyway.
I was like...
But you're doing your shit.
But I was like, I'm here. Like, can we do that as soon as I get back? And he's like, no, I need it right now. So I was like, I tell her, like, yo, we gotta go back. I'm sorry. This is happening. She loses, like she flips out, and she's like, we're on the way on 95 driving back, and she's like, that's why your mom was a whore, because she didn't teach you how to respect nobody. And my mom passed when I was 14. So I'm like,
I'm sorry,
I'm like, yo, you need to let me out of the car now. Like, so she pulls over on 95. She's like, yeah, you can get the fuck in, and so I get out, I call Spectacular drives down, comes, picks me up. We get to the house, and Blue's like, oh, no, never mind. It wasn't he didn't need anything. He just did that.
It was just flexing that.
He was just flexing his power.
That power,
And he used to do stuff like that to me all the time. Swing on me. All kinds of stuff. He never connected.
Yeah, but still,
like
that's damn.
It's 4'10" or something.
It's still one of those things, though. It's still one of those things, man. Like, it's fucked up. Like, it's why I can kind of like the independent route. Proud of you. Blessings. Pray for you, bro. Like,
yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
It's just crazy. It's wild to think that people can literally try to hold an edge above you.
Sir.
And it's so disheartening because that's not what humanity is. Mm-hmm. Like, especially in aspiring artists, producers, DJs, promoters, talent scouts. You were doing the talent aspect of it. Everybody's got their own path that they see something, they want to go for it, and they go hard. and everybody wants that sense of like independence. And what I'm hearing from your story, which is a fucking great story, man. Thank you for sharing this, by the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
No problem.
Yeah.
You have what we call perseverance.
Sure.
Like this is the grind that never stops, no matter what obstacles thrown in front of you. And what I respect about it and I love about it and really, really appreciate it is you've kept that same mentality. Obviously, we hear things. You get those demons in your head. You hear this. People try to ridicule you. Band members coming at you a certain kind of way. Right. But the fact that you just kept going, that's an inspirational story, bro. The resiliency, yeah. That's
what did they? How was your outcome of this? Were you ever able to? Because sometimes we just get fucked. You know what I'm saying? And we move on and we learn from it. But did you fight back?
That was the definition. So when I left, they had a bunch of radio tours. We had a tour coming up.
Right.
And they went on the radio. They took the guy from Crave. First of all, they signed Crave, broke them up, and took the lead singer. That's all they wanted to do in the first place.
Wow.
And then what they did was they told the other guys that they left at home, oh, we got to take him because Ambition left, so it's his fault. Then they went on tour on the radio and just were like, yeah, we had to kick him out because he was hooked on coke. And we had to kick him out because he was gay and he was doing this.
Crave?
No, Pretty Ricky.
Pretty Ricky.
Yeah.
I remember
he died. They said that I died.
No. They're saying this about you.
They were saying all these things about me.
I remember those crazy rumors for a little bit. I'm like, you look it up, you like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, like they're saying I lost all my fans. None of that. They owned the name Foreplay, and I didn't. They knew I didn't.
So that's why. So this is why. Not to interrupt, but this is why I was like, yo, I'm looking up. I can't even look. I can't find you.
Exactly.
It's very hard.
This is fucking.
I lost all my fans. All the fans that I had. I lost all. I didn't have. They blocked me from any connections. Like literally, they blocked me from connections that I didn't even know were connections. Like I wasn't thinking about how they were blocking me. Like literally, I went to when we did that 300 episode at 106 in Park.
Yeah.
Everybody was there from
biggest names.
The biggest names. Yeah. To the biggest inspirations like LL Cool J was there.
Sure. Yeah.
And I waited for an hour and a half to talk to LL Cool J, like just standing outside his door. There's all these reporters there because that's a big deal. LL Cool J there, and every time he would and what he would do is he would open the door, and everybody and all the reporters were like and he would pick one and bring them in, and so he every time he would come out, he would see me there. So the one time he came out and he's like, yo, wait. Let me talk to my man real quick. He's been patiently just chilling. Let me talk to him.
So, does it bother you?
No, you good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right. I try to be respectful.
It's the Roaches podcast.
Yeah. So we went to, he calls me over. He's like, what's going on, man? What's up? And I was just like, yo, I just wanted to say, man, I appreciate everything you've done for the game, for hip hop, for you're an icon, man. I was just like, I've been watching you since I was, in diapers. You were, my dad was, loved you. You know what I mean? You're a huge inspiration, man. I was like, I just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done for the game. And he was like, man, you know what? He was like, a lot of people do not say stuff like that anymore. He was like, especially newcomers in the game. He was like, they don't appreciate
Everybody's so entitled and feel like I'm up next. Fuck you. Who are you to me?
Yeah.
But so that's kind of how I would approach it too, to be honest with you, bro. Because it's
I've been
there's levels to this shit where you gotta appreciate where you were inspired from, and giving people their flowers, aka a whole roach pack, we try to do here on this platform is really show the appreciation, because inspiration comes from everything. We always our growth in life always comes from something, right? Whether we were little or yesterday or even today for that matter, because you inspired the fuck out of me today, by the way. I did.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm just saying, man, just hearing your story, bro, it's absolutely incredible, the resiliency, like you said, and just hearing the shit that people don't hear. Nobody hears this stuff.
And you got to tell your story. That's what I like.
Continue.
So he's like, look, here's my card. You know, if you ever have any questions, you get into a situation where you're confused, you don't know what to do, you need any advice, just hit me.
That's fucking
I
awesome,
got you.
dude.
I'm like, I got, you know what I mean? Like, but
that's the cook from Deep Blue Sea, baby.
The one that lived. Yeah,
so it makes me remember it.
That lived, baby.
So I put the card in my wallet and I keep it moving because I get home and I for some reason I don't know why till this day I did not save the number in my phone because I had the card. I'm like I'm busy, so I'm just doing. So we get back to the house and my manager Big D is sitting there and I'm telling him like I'm excited about him, like this will happen, and he's like, yo, I had some business with LL back in the day in New York and we never got to finish up with him. Let me get that card. I'm like, yeah, that's my man, Big D. You know, here you go.
Man.
Oh man.
That he didn't know LL Cool J, man. He just did that just to get me.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is another thing. Like
that's like
your come up, bro. Like
this is when you're like you found out your manager.
This is also like when I started to notice when I really found out what was going on with my manager at the time, and when I really found out that I was alone in this situation out there, and when I decided I'm out, is when we had this week where we were filming all of our videos like day by day. We filmed 6 videos in a row.
Wow. We
filmed Knockin' Boots, Shonen, like all these videos.
That's hectic.
And it was a hectic week. And we were doing this one video and Baby Blue comes to me and he's like, yo, you should have some of your boys from your breakdance crew come out and dance in the video. Y'all can dance together. He was like, we can't pay them or fly them out, but he was like, it ain't in the budget, but if they want to fly out here and hang out with Pretty Ricky for a week and, hang out, see you, he was like, you've been gone for a year, almost 2 years or something. Yeah. He was like, they can come out and they can be in the video and they can say they've been in a Pretty Ricky video. I was like, yo, let's fucking go. So I call my boy Cuba and Chose, like, yo, y'all can come out and be in the video, dog, but you got to buy your own tickets, or whatever. And he's like, they're like, well, we can stay with you. I'm like, yeah, you can stay with me. You're good. And they're like, all right, yeah, bet, we're on the next plane. They fly out. They show up. Their dad, the old boy, Big Blue, comes out and he's like, what the fuck is Foreplay's friends doing here when we got a busy ass week? Baby Blue's like, I don't know. That's his shit.
What?
Whoa!
Because they're scared of him. They're scared of him. Oh my god! So it's like and I'm like, so for that rest of that week, they treated them like slaves, like dog shit. Like they were not like y'all in the way, so you gonna get put to work. Yeah. So they like, all right, cool. They do everything. They're carrying shit. Right. Getting coffee for people. They're like assistants for the week. Oh, yeah. Then it comes time and then he comes to me and is like, oh yeah, the video they were going to be in, we ain't doing that song no more.
Oh man.
So I'm like, so we're at the Shonen shoot and I'm like, yo, just put them in the video, man. Like just give them just one shot. Like just so they can say they've been in the video, like they paid their way out, come out here. Yeah. It's like, just please, like Blue, like, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna give them one take. He was like, they can go up there and do their shit, one take. If they fuck up, they fuck up. That's
it. They killed it though.
They go up there and they killed it like I never saw them. They're doing air flares. My one boy's hopping on one hand. They're doing all the ill B-boy shit. They're killing it.
Yes.
And we're watching the director and his assistants. They're like, who the fuck are these guys? They're like, yo, I'm standing to them like, yeah, let's go. And then Blue's like, Baby Blue is like, yeah, we ain't really using none of this shit. We're just doing it to appease them. So I'm like, all right, I can't talk to him. So I go to Big Blue and I'm like, look, this is what happened. It was his idea. They flew out here. They on their own
paid their own way.
Yeah, like they killed it. They killed it. Can you just please let them just have like a shot? He was like, if Blue don't want them in the video, they ain't in the video. And he started walking away. And I was just like, like, please, like, can, you know, like this. And he's like, I don't want to fucking hear no more foreplay. And I was like, yeah, but, and then he took a chair, like, you remember those chairs that were like, they were like yellow, like shiny hardwood chairs that you see like in an office, a doctor's office, like a waiting room, and like the cushion was like this, but it was like a part of the chair. You couldn't take the cushion off.
Yeah, it was like that little cheap ass plastic.
Yeah, like he took one of them chairs and launched it at my head. Woo! And
there's the ones with like the steel was ever like
like it was like a solid wood chair. Like and it like just missed my, like the cushion just grazed my head, and the this part of it like hit my back, like it just rolled, it went over me, like by the grace of God it just went over me. And I'm like, oh, it's about to go the fuck down. So I start chasing after him, and my manager's like, whoa, don't stop. And I'm like,
wait, I knew that was probably this Big Blue.
This is Big Blue.
That probably,
so
Lord.
now I'm like, what the fuck, you gonna stand here? Like him and the lead singer of Crave, who is now in the group now. He's in Pretty Ricky with us. They start, I'm like, you gonna just let this motherfucker do this shit to me? Like, and not do nothing? You ain't saying nothing, y'all. And they both start crying. I'm like, like, all right. And, you know, because he's like, Big Blue is like, what, you want something foreplay? Like, you want, I'm like, oh, like, I'm like, I ain't scared of you like them.
So I've been in the gym, like, baby. I've been putting in my work.
And like, don't get it twisted. He got history. Like, I ain't gonna speak on that, but he ain't nobody to be fucked with. But in a fist fight, I'll knock you the fuck out. Like, you don't, I'm from, you know, like, come on, man. Like, and I'm like, and then I'm looking at my boys, like, you know, like my manager and somebody who's supposed to be one of my closest friends. I'm like, y'all gonna stand here and let this do? But they already got their deal. So they ain't trying to mess that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like,
that's the power of the pen at the end of the day. And
you know, and then when I left, they went on that tour, my manager included, and my friend, you know, that was in Cray, and they just spread those rumors about me. Told people that I was that I died. Oh wow! When they weren't saying that I was addicted to coke and that I was gay.
That's bullshit. If you had family who hadn't seen you in a while and they freaking out and probably calling up, yo, he's still, you know, That's crazy.
It's just I just knew it was real when I told my man today. I was like, yo, I can't find, like, so I was like,
it's like they erased in there, and it's like, that's crazy, because I'm even looking at some of the stuff, thinking of my DJ, because Serato, like, wait a minute, I do, well, you know, when you re-download some old, or you download when it was original, and then you re-get it when it was, like, when they re-put out, like, on the record pools. I've noticed that they'll cut something out, and you're like, I remember at one time they featured this in here. Yeah. You know, so that's crazy, man, how they did you with that royalties and stuff like that. Because it seems like, and you know, it's funny when you say that, not funny, like, ha-ha, but weird. Like, when you say that, because you look at, like, Angie Stone, rest her soul, before she died, how she talked about the royalties getting screwed over. Yeah. And then you talk about even, you know, as crazy as he is, Yeezy, but he talked about stuff. And all these people, for a while, it was always legend. Remember, we didn't know. Now we got platforms, and then hearing it straight from you, seeing how easy, because I've been in a situation with management as a DJ where I realized somebody was blackballing me. What it was, you sign your competition and then you sit them for a while, kind of like that, and then this other guy gets to make that thing, and you keep promising. And I did, because this person done it. And so I get, and it's crazy to see, at, you know, to big that level like yours. Wow, this is it's just like it's crazy. And really think that, man. Like,
and like I said, like, as far as the money is concerned, it's like, whatever, you know, like, what I was upset about is that Blue and his dad, and even it's really just Baby Blue. Like I said, like, he's the one who made it. He stole my ability to move forward. He put a pause on my progression. You know what I mean? Like, he blocked me, like, literally all the way down to put these sunglasses on, don't take them off. so that he could just take another black dude and put sunglasses on him and put him in the front.
Did you and him ever? Did it ever get physical with you and him?
Like, oh yeah, like so. So the day that I left, that I actually left, we were at the premiere. It was funny because Puffy was there.
Take that.
So we were at the. Everything's relevant. So like,
Absolutely.
Roaches podcast, ladies and gentlemen.